It's been almost a year since I made a YouTube video. I forgot how to make these things, bro. When I first started this 10 years ago now, almost, it's been over 10 years because this was not my first YouTube channel. This was only the first one that actually paid my bills. The other ones were complete failures in a financial sense, but in a sense that they were major building bricks in my life, and that those original YouTube channels that I started have created friends in my life that still talk to me to this day that I've never met in the real world yet. But I consider these people my genuine friends, bro. Because when we were like plotting and in the beginning, like teaming up and finding out what works and what doesn't, like, man, I was 21 years old when all of this was going on, and the people that I was learning with were already in their 30s with kids, bro, trying to become YouTubers during like 2014, 2015. And then around 2016, around the end of 2017 is when the shit took off for me. But like, I talked about body dysmorphia in a funny way back when Donald Trump was first trying to become the president of the United States for the 5th time, by the way. Just the 5th time he actually succeeded. And I guess we just had a whole political correctness movement in the country where, like, if you were so as give off the vibe that you ever had a bat think in your head, then you can't have that, okay? You can't have that. So, of course, when Donald Trump showed up and started talking about how all the Republicans' wives are ugly, I mean, I wasn't even American yet, but I jumped on that bandwagon. I was like, hell yeah, this shit is hilarious. We're going to elect the meme. Let's do it. And it worked. The meme was elected, and now gas prices are extremely high. 10 years later, bro. Somehow you're only supposed to be president max 8 years, but this guy has been in our life going on 12. I am so sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I actually am sorry about this. I don't think I elected Donald Trump, but I don't think I stood in the way either, right? Like, I think I amplified the message that political correctness needs to die. And obviously, if I would have done it or not done it, it would not have made a difference. But I still feel a little bit ashamed that I was a part of the cognitive machine. And why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because it is going on 10 years now that I've had a comedic journey, that I've had a comedic career. And I've met a lot of comedians in my 10 years. And I'll be honest with you, I used to feel like a poser. I used to feel like a phony. I used to think that I'm not a comedian, that I'm a goddamn loser. Because I come into a room where I record myself talking to a camera with potentially, not always, but potentially, millions of people could hear this message. And sometimes millions of people did hear the message, okay? So, like, why did I feel like a phony in front of people that I assume they're funnier than me, but nowhere near as successful that I've been, even though I was nowhere near as funny as they are? So I moved back to Montreal for like the 5th time in my life, right? I'm only 33 years old. I was 32 in Montreal, living in downtown in these big sky rises because the rent in Montreal was just so much cheaper than Florida, right? And the whole goal, right, was to move to Montreal, go on stand-up stages, and do as many open mics as I can, write as much material as I can in order to get funnier, in order to get back on YouTube. And I thought, if I do this, right, if I actually accomplish this, that's it. That's like going to school to get your degree, but for comedy, right? Like, I've been doing this for so long, and obviously, the reason that I haven't continued doing comedy, or I haven't done it as much as I did in the beginning, is because, unfortunately, the more I squeezed the lemon, the less juice came out, bro. And I was so disappointed that, like, bullshit work that I've done was more successful than the stuff I actually put my heart into, bro. I remember thinking, wow, so this is it for me. I'm an online creator making tens of thousands of dollars a month. What? This is unheard of. I literally thought God was on my side. So at some point, I try to make it something bigger than it really is. But no, bro, I was just making digestible content that people really enjoyed after a long day's work. And I genuinely wish I had the guidance of somebody older than me in the background going, bro, it ain't that deep, just make the videos, bro. But nope, everything had to be creative and everything had to be an experiment. And when you compare yourself to the greats, of course, that's what you're gonna do. But that's not what I should have done. Or maybe it was what I should have done, right? I think in 2025, I realized that I don't believe in free will. And that is a crazy thing to admit on a camera. But in 2025, I learned that free will does not exist. Everything seems like it's free will, but it's a mathematical equation that was decided during the Big Bang. I genuinely believe this, okay? I believe that everybody is where they should be in life because of choices that were decided during the Big Bang, right? Call me crazy. But in order for you to live a good life, you still need to live your life as if you do got free will. And this, and you are the product of your own choices, baby. You are the product of your own consequences. And then I started zooming out on my life, and I'm like, I had such crazy experiences. I had such highs. I had such lows. How come the only thing I can't seem to do in life is have stability? Why does everything need to be the top? And then why do I need to woes in the bottom constantly, bro? All right, so I'm once again getting distracted, but moved to Montreal to do stand-up, to get funnier, to get back on YouTube, to make more funny material. And I thought that was the missing piece. I thought that if I get fucking funnier, then it's just gonna work, bro. People are gonna just like what I do. And if they like what I do, they'll share it. And if they share it, it will grow, right? Like that was the marketing formula. And then when I finally felt like I was confident enough to get back in front of this camera after bombing in front of people and going home and telling myself, well, I mean, it ain't as bad as YouTube, right? I got like 12 million views on there. Why do I care if a group of 5 people didn't think I was funny today? Right? Like, I just wanted to get funnier. And then the same exact day that I was about to start recording videos again, I got an email from YouTube saying I'm about to get demonetized. So it's like, what the fuck, bro? It almost felt like God was testing me. Like, do you really love this comedy shit? Are you still going to show up even though you don't get paid after you knew what getting paid feels like? I almost feel like I wish I never knew what it feels like to get paid to write jokes, bro. I genuinely wish I didn't know, but I know. So it's too late for me. I'm cooked beyond belief. I'm going to have to document my comedic journey on this YouTube channel until probably the day that I die. Because at this point, why not, bro? You know, in the beginning of the video, I said we constantly compare ourselves to the Jerry Seinfelds of the world and the Louis C.K.'s of the world and the David Chappelle's of the world, right? That's like the top of the top of the top, bro. There is a whole 80% in between them that are making a good living, that are living the dream, even though they don't got a Netflix special. I mean, give it like one more year, Netflix is going to start offering them for free. But, yeah, like they don't got Netflix specials, but they're comedians. You still get to live the comedic lifestyle. And then the next thing, comedy is not just stand-up, right? Like you could be a horrible stand-up comedian and you could still be a great sitcom writer. You could still write great jokes for someone else. And that's what I was also trying to do in Montreal, is I was trying to get a team of writers together to write something funny. Or, hey man, you be the face, but us 4 write jokes together. And then you go and say those jokes on stage because you got the best charisma. Nobody wanted to do that. And then the longer I stayed around the comedian archetype, the type that just goes on there because they're really doing it for the love of the game. Like they just took a 2-hour bus ride to do this. Or they just took a 2-hour bus ride to find out it ain't happening. Or they took a 2-hour bus ride just to find out that nobody even showed up to the show, bro. Oh, how defeating that is. But they still go on stage and they still practice their same material that I already heard at the other open mic that the same person showed up to with 5 children. God damn, bro. I feel like such a phony, bro. Because like I saw people that love comedy a lot more than me, and I saw people that are way funnier than some of the best comedians out there, and yet it wasn't, picking up for them. So what chances do I have? Well, the only chances that I have is to be in the middle, right? Like that's the only way to succeed at this comedy thing. But the same day the same day that I got demonetized, or that they told me that I was going to get demonetized, I got so bummed. Because also the whole premise of me doing YouTube and me feeling like I wasn't wasting my time was that these videos are always going to make me money. So work that I've done 10 years ago might still generate me $10 a month. Like that was the whole point, bro. But they said, nah, you need to be constantly active forever. And that's when I realized I don't really own none of my material. I put all of this work on the internet and I don't own it. I was renting it because whenever YouTube decided to change the guidelines, like a tenant, I'm at the whims of the landlord, right? And the landlord happens to be Alphabet, and I think they hate me, like personally, like they hate me. Oh, man. So a lot of stuff to like think about, but luckily, because of that happening, I got this like message that came to me in 4K into my head, like boom. What if you started a record label? What? Yeah, man. Think about it. What if you uploaded your audio to the internet, and then you can copyright claim your own videos because the audio is from your comedic work that you released to a record label on Spotify. So therefore you own the audio of the videos that you upload onto YouTube, and therefore monetized it has to be, right? Like, and I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. You're right, I could do that. Went to ChatGPT, started talking with my assistant, started talking with Gemini. Turns out, that's genius. And then I was all like, but wait a minute. If I go down this route, then I still need to make hits. Could I buy royalties to a song that's already big, that's getting millions of streams to this day? And ladies and gentlemen, my best friends from the internet, my life changed. That same day, I didn't even have time to mourn, for fuck's sakes. It immediately gravitated towards buying pieces of songs and royalties from everywhere that I could grab them and that I could afford, in order to receive kind of an access check, but through a record label. And bam, just like that, I replaced YouTube with the record label. So the last video that I made, I was telling y'all that I was going to drop a mixtape. I'm going to come back on here a lot. But genuinely speaking, this record label that I started is the coolest thing that I've ever done in my fucking life. And I'm so hyped. So the playlist to the record label, all the songs that we purchase royalties in, which means that every time you stream the song, or every time the song is in a commercial, or every time the song is in a movie, or every time some young kid hears the song for the first time and then makes a brand new meme that resonates with the younger generation, or if somebody samples the song, a small portion goes to your boy's record label, and we collect the check 4 times a year, baby. And then what do we do with that check? That part you're not going to like. But I don't have to tell you that part, okay? We buy Bitcoin with it. Okay. That's the magic of this record label, all right? Like, record labels make dookie money, okay? Being in the music business, if you're not the top of the top of the top of the top, you're just burning money, bro. You're just burning money. But you include Bitcoin into the mix, all of a sudden, all this money that would have been burnt is now saved forever. And if you want to invest in this record label, then all you need to do is purchase some Bitcoin and add it to your portfolio. Like, there is no shares. There is no There is no ownership of this record label. If you want to be a part of this, you just gotta somehow, whether it's through ETFs or you custodying your own Bitcoin, if you already got $1 worth of Bitcoin, you are a part of this record label. I make the rules, so you should be mad at me, okay? Be mad at me, I do make the rules, but at the same time, I didn't make this rule, bro. This is the world's first Bitcoin-backed record label, and it is the sponsor of this video. If you want to help me, if I ever made you laugh, if I ever... Man, right? Like, it's such a complex thing. And the more that I keep thinking about it, the more I'm like, this started as a joke, right? Like, this shit is a joke. You can buy royalties to songs that are already big, like Under Pressure. Yeah, exactly. Under Pressure with David Bowie and Queen. Every time that song plays, your boy gets a tiny bit richer. And everybody that owns Bitcoin also gets a tiny bit richer, because that's where the royalty is now flowing to. It ain't flowing into a bank account. It ain't flowing back into the economy. It ain't paying for a jet that I should own. No, it's being stored in Bitcoin. The final settlement layer, babies and gentlemen, right? But I guess that's what I wanted to just talk to you about. I did make a big impact, I feel like, on a lot of people's lives. And I feel like society wants me to be this depresso espresso person. And I feel like I'm going to change my rebellion into being a positive light out there. I feel like the more positive I'll be, that is how I defeat the doomers. I am honestly not a doomer. I'm an angel. I like nice things. I like when things go good. And I like it when you stream the playlist to my record label. That's pretty much it. We're going to take over the world with this record label. And I'm going to keep documenting my comedic journey on this YouTube channel. I thought about making a new format. And the format was going to be like how Pokemon cards ruined my life, right? And I talk about how there's got to be somebody out there that's getting divorced over Pokemon cards right now. And we just go into the whole bit. And I give you my opinion about Pokemon cards, right? Like talking about trending things, because I could totally do that. And then the most important part, that the whole point that I even make this video is that I feel like, whether I like it or not, society is only going to get more digital, right? So I need to just swallow my pride and understand that if I want to build community, I need to be the one putting in the effort, because I am a 33-year-old man and I'm a digital native as it is. I already grew up on the internet before it was even normal to grow up on the internet. I got so much knowledge, internet knowledge and lore from the culture as it is, that I could just put that back out there into the world, right? And why not? Spread joy, bro. Spread joy. None of this doomer schmoomer, AI's destroying the world, the water, wars, blah 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 this, blah 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 that, okay? We need to put more joy out there. So I'm gonna attempt to do that. And I might fail. And if I fail, it is what it is. And you can join me on that journey to just try to put more joy out there, right? Like, if I remember when I first started meditating every day and my life got a lot better. And I remember just reading the statistics. The statistics claim that, like, not even 10% of the planet meditates. I don't remember what the number was, right? But I do recall that, like, if one person that meditates gets another person to meditate on the daily, then the number will double. And I promise to you, we're gonna see the changes manifest in the physical world. You change what's up here, you change what's out there. And meditation is free. You don't need to pay to meditate. Like, you can literally, after this video, take 10 minutes for yourself, you know? Yeah, so hopefully I'm back. Hopefully we're gonna spread a lot more joy, and I'm just gonna drop tits and bits here and there. Like, I feel like I'm in my man talks to a camera era, right? So let's see if I can keep this going. This is now gonna become my digital diary, and I'm gonna tell you guys stories from my life. Stories from investments that I've made that went horrible. Stories from investments that I made that went my way. Artistic endeavors that went my way, and artistic endeavor that went horribly wrong. For the sole purpose to build a community, right? Of hopefully that's grounded on joy and gratefulness. Wish me luck.